We're live.
We are live? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they can't see your face yet, Jared.
Oh, thank God. Whew. God knows they don't want to. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to find those links.
They can hear you.
Did I just swear? Please tell me I didn't swear. Did I swear, Brian? Oh,
Are we regulated by the FCC or something?
No,
well,
not at all.
It limits the your viewership. So, of course, I try to be as pro as possible, but
I will try not to, not speak Zehill.
really.
Hey, listen, the last time we made a G-rated comic for everybody, nobody really liked it. So it's MA for us.
Damn. That's right.
There's no two ways about it. Got burned.
Well, when it comes right down to it, you want to be real, and the only reason, I swear a lot. Me and Fry both swear a lot, unfortunately. But the main reason that we try not to when we do interviews and things like that is just so that more people have the opportunity to actually be able to see what's going on with each creator, even if their content itself isn't necessarily for the younger youth, if you will. But
Professionalism.
Yes, professional. Thank you. Professionalism. That's exactly right. Okay.
Nothing like taking a hammer to a nail. So,
Or a cow to a tank.
Cow to a tank.
Yep.
BB to a rhino?
No. Like the cow to the tank better.
Most definitely.
All right, guys, and we are live. So everybody can see our beautiful faces now.
That's wonderful. It's a good thing I shaved.
I shave too.
Always optional. Always an optional move.
All right. So let's get this party started.
Sweet.
Okay, just give me 1 second. And more than 1 second.
Amy Frazier says howdy in the chat. Hello, Amy.
What's up?
What's up, Amy?
Amy will be doing her own interview here pretty shortly.
Yeah, actually, she will be having her own interview. Amy is one of the creators in the marketplace, and she actually did a book where she narrated the whole book using the audio feature.
That's
amazing.
awesome.
That is amazing.
Yeah,
Definitely gonna check that out.
She does kids books and stuff. Her stuff is fantastic. Her art is fantastic, and you guys will be able to see that when we do her interview too. So, I am with Daryl and Jamie of TCT Comics. So, first and foremost, let's please both take a chance. Jamie, if you would go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, core fans out there. This is Jamie Colby here, owner of the Core Team Comics, here with
Daryl Druka. I'm one of the creators behind TCT Comics as well.
That's right. I wrote Zalek Unleashed and many, many, many other novels out there as well. And Daryl over here created DT series, which is coming soon.
Yeah, that starts in season 1.
That's right. But to all you core fans out there, if you've been following us for this long, you would know that season 0 is about to end, and season 1 is about to begin. So get ready for a really crazy wild ride.
Yep.
So now, just to clarify, so season 0 is the current handbooks to issue number 7.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay, and then series 1 will be taking off where number 7 ended.
Well, no, there's going to be book 8, which we actually have out this August, which we've been
Okay.
announcing. So that's our final book for season 0, which finalizes the whole season. And then in October, which we do every single year, we always do a February, an August, and an October event to publish our books. So every single time those months hit, we got a new series that's, a new book that comes out. So once our 25th anniversary this August 2nd, that's when we're actually going to finalize season 0 for the first time ever, and collaborate all the stories that was built up to this point to add that final book. And that's where we'll finally have our heroes and villains all gathered together for season 1 ready.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And it takes an unusual set on that, because you'll have the Zolak Unleashed series, which Z Hill, Jamie writes and art. And then you've got the DT series where I write and I do my own art for. And they're 2 separate series, but in the same universe.
Oh, cool. So there's going to be cross culturing going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of cameos that's involved into the series. It's literally 2 storylines that it's just too big for just one comic book. So we got to, kind of keep it separated. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
And literally
keep it separated.
Had to, but literally what we wanted to do was actually show Z Hill's side of the story, what's going on in season 1, and then also Dietrich's whole side of the story. So as you core fans know, when you're reading through season 0, how they get together, and that's basically what happens later on.
Mm-hmm. We also have an installment of other novels coming as well.
Yeah, so.
And these would
go
be
ahead.
within this universe, or are these novels?
Yeah, this is everything we do is all in the same universe. Because I hate to say it and break it to you guys, but the universe is a big, big, big place, and there's plenty of space for tons of different characters and stories to be unfolded into one universe. And later on, we'll get into the whole multiverse theory and stuff like that. Which, if you read the Zolak handbook, you'll know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yes, I did read the Zolak handbook. I haven't gotten to the other handbook. I actually I started reading the comics, and then you told me, oh, you should really read the handbook first. And I just want to thank you guys for putting that in. I know it doesn't have a lot of pictures, so it doesn't work like the traditional comic books, but it gives a great basis to jump off of. Because I had read through the first issue about halfway when Jamie, when you told me, oh, you should really read the handbook first. So I went back and started reading the handbook, and it really gave me a real good foundation to move. And then I just reread everything I read, and it just all came together really, really nicely. So I really like those handbooks. I really like that background to going into the story, because, and hopefully I don't do any spoilers, but when I was reading, that comic takes off. I mean, it's like boom, and it's like whoa, wait a minute, we got conflict already. I just met 2 people, and now they're like totally opposite. What's going on here?
Yeah, it's literally, that was the whole thing, because it's just I'm trying not to push spoilers out to anybody who hasn't read it yet or whatnot, but it's hard not to, because it's just the fact that the growth of the characters that build up upon each other and whatnot in those novels, that it collaborates to that big boom that you just mentioned. That's basically it. And we also have a few novels that we did announce to a lot of the core fans, but I don't know if you guys know about it. But we have Daughter of a Witch and the Godly Generals, which you'll learn about that backstory and how everything else ties into season 0 so well. And we also have Vanguard and Terran. Yep.
Yeah. The Vanguard and the Terran explains more characters in the DT series, but it explains how Dietrich's got stuck in the wall, basically.
Yeah, which I don't know if did you read book 4 yet? I don't think.
No, I haven't gotten to book 4. I got to book 3, and I was like, yes, let's see how you guys are. So I just said no spoilers. No.
Yeah, it's hard to do as the creator because you know it.
Yeah,
right.
Sorry about that. I'm
Right.
sorry. I'm so sorry.
So we've got Amy Frazier in chat saying hello to fellow Buffalonians.
What's
Hello.
up? Let's go Buffalo.
We
Represent.
have got Joe Frazier saying that he's been loving the TCT books. Fantastic storytelling.
Thank you very
Pretty
much.
cool.
Appreciate that, Joe.
Oh,
Good shout out to you, man.
So now, do either of you guys have a pen name?
No.
Do you go under a pen name, or
No.
you guys? Nah.
We're just us.
why do we have to hide?
Yeah, I don't got nothing.
Hey, I like
A
you.
lot of people call me Z Hill, or JC, which is that's pretty much my nickname. Sometimes people call me Zalek, like when I'm on PlayStation Network or something like that, and they're like, "Yo, Zalek's online, let's play." Stuff like that. That's pretty much it. Like
That's cool. That's
it's
cool.
like
So,
pretty much most people know me by that name. That's about it.
Yeah.
Cool.
that's pretty neat. Hey, Daryl, give us a quick show of your shirt. Zollik Unleashed.
Yep.
Zahul. Oh, I like it with the wings and the sword. I like it. So now you guys have actual merchandise.
Yes. If you go to TCTcomics.com and check out the Core Shop, we have a link to the Core Shop X, which you'll see in there too. You'll get to see like merchandise based off the characters, tons of different characters, a lot of popular characters that we have. I'm constantly adding more and more merchandise to that. Literally, I'm just taking my art and pretty much fixturing it into there and just making it into merchandise, and it's been doing pretty well for itself.
We've also had people request certain pictures from the comics that they have read that they love to be on there.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, okay. So you guys do custom merchandise for some fans.
Yeah. Especially Rousey, Z Hill's mother. There was actual people asking for a merchandise for something for Rousey. I was like, well, I'm gonna have to do something for her. It's like we respond to the fans. It's literally like, there's something you want, we're gonna give it to you.
So now, Rousey was in the handbook, and then at the end of the handbook, I actually saw the drawing of her and Zahil and Vorks. Is it Vork?
Yep, Vorks. Yep,
Vorks.
Zahil and Vorks. Yep.
So that was created on the fan request, so that there was a representation of Rousey.
No, actually, if you check out the original handbook, it's only black and white. For Crypto Comics, I gave you guys just the colored edition. So I literally just, decided to give you guys the colored edition, and then I tossed in our first song that was ever made that was based off of the handbook, which was Timeless.
Yep.
And we do have that muted right now, just so that, the audio doesn't blast everybody in the face as I flip through this book. But just let everybody know what they're talking about is in the system. You can actually turn on audio.
Can you turn it on,
play
real
the song?
quick?
Yes, I believe that it will work over the stream. Let me see here.
Yeah, and just something for people to understand. So the reader in Crypto Comics Marketplace actually has a soundtrack feature, if you will, where creators have the ability to set soundtracks to their comics. We're actually interviewing music makers on Saturday, and her comic is based around that, and she has some music specifically created. And me and Jamie, we've talked about this before. Your music, you created your music, and a lot of it for the comic. Is that not correct?
Yeah, literally every soundtrack that we've ever made, I've made, he's made. We literally just made it just for the comic books, all based off of it. Our goal is to actually get a soundtrack together, for the upcoming video game that we're trying to do, and literally every comic book out there that we're trying to do is have a cool soundtrack for all of it. But speaking of soundtracks for that, and the collaboration for that, we did want to do voice acting for every comic book that we have.
Oh, yeah. Wait, now I have a question. Are you gonna hire like voice acting pros? Or you guys gonna do it yourself?
We're gonna do it so.
Oh, yeah.
Do a lot of voice acting for you.
Who else than the people that know the characters?
True.
Right?
Yeah,
Right.
Z-Hill does sound like Z-Hill, so it's me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And I'm Dietrich. So.
I'm gonna go ahead and play a little bit of this soundtrack, so
Awesome,
it might be
awesome,
kind of loud. You guys probably aren't gonna be able to hear it, but everybody on the stream can.
Put it like a million times.
It's an amazing thing doing all this, especially with the music and then translating it to what you're writing with, and it's really awesome. I mean, we got close to 150 music tracks that we still got to do vocals on.
Oh, that's fantastic.
So the handbook's going to get a little bit longer, I'm assuming, then, so we can have one song per page, right?
Maybe.
Well, I don't know.
We'll see.
I love listening to music while I'm reading comics. I mean, that's just it creates that, that soundtrack in the background, and then when you hear that song, you think of the pictures and everything like that. So I think that when people put in that soundtrack, especially one created for the comic, it adds such an incredible dynamic to the experience of reading that comic. I just, hats off to you guys. That's so freaking awesome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I've noticed that when you're flipping through there, if you go back to the picture with Rousey and the Planet X, it shows that's where the actual song plays on that page. I did it.
Yeah.
It's more.
The stream could actually hear it. You guys can't hear it over a GoToMeeting though that we're using. But yeah, the people on the stream are actually commenting about how they could hear it and we're listening to it. So
awesome.
Cool.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You guys like the tune? Yeah.
It's cool stuff, man.
Well, what is your guys' name in Crypto Comics Marketplace? What title does your account go under? Your username?
Should be TCT Comics.
So just for anybody who would like to check out TCT Comics, you can go to cryptocomics.com/U, the letter U, /TCT Comics, and actually view a profile page dedicated to TCT Comics. And just for anybody who is interested right now. Also, how did you hear about Crypto Comics?
Well, a good friend of mine, she messaged me. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention her name on here, but she noticed that I was, making comic books, and she's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get you in touch with Jared." And I said, "Okay, cool." And then that's pretty much where it kicked off from there. Right after that, I was like, "Okay," so I just gave you a call, and that was it.
It was pretty awesome, I must admit.
Sounds like quite the uphill battle.
Yeah, it was fast paced. I was like, okay. She's like, you really gotta join. This is big, and it's like this. You need this. I know you're gonna go far with this. I was like, okay. And I'm like, once I listened to you guys tell me this whole thing about Crypto Comics, I was like, wow, you guys are literally trying to save the world. Yeah. And I'm down with that 100%. Literally saving the comic book universe out there for all us nerds out there who enjoy good comic books. So yeah.
Oh, you're gonna make me cry.
Oh, sorry. But I appreciate you guys a lot. You guys got an amazing platform. It's easy to use. It's easy to function. Easy to upload things. I think it's outstanding. And to me, it's the Core Team Comics new home. So
yeah.
Nice. As we would like to hear.
What you're gonna see a lot more Z-Hill Zolak out there. So
it was funny because I heard about Crypto Comics from Jamie, right? And he's like, dude, you got to check this out. And I'm like, okay, well, send me over all the things you got about it. Explain it a little bit to me. He explained it a little bit to me, and it sounded good. It sounded great. Then I read through everything that you guys had on paper at like 2:00 in the morning.
That's about the time when I read it. And usually around the time that we write it. So I think that works out really well.
We're all owls anyways, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm reading through this, and it's a fantastic marketplace you guys have designed. It really is.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're glad that you're in there.
I just want to say it's fantastic because of creators like you guys. You guys make this all possible. Anyone and everyone who is involved in the comic book industry, if they don't know, they will learn just what creators go through just to make it so that we can read their comics. And generally speaking, they're not getting paid. They're paying for us to be able to read their comics. And so you guys are the epitome of who we are fighting for, because you guys are independent creators and you are grinding it out to get it out there. A big thing that I saw as I was reading through the comics is just the progression of the artwork and the lettering and the speech bubbles from first issue just to third issue.
Mm-hmm.
Just in that time frame alone was a huge progression, which was fantastic to see. And
it was a trip, I gotta say. Going through that brings me back some memories. Literally, I gotta say, I'm not an artist. I've never started off as an artist. Originally, all I want to do is make this story come to life and, bring it out there. But then after a lot of hardship and tough times, I realized, like, there's only one person who's going to do this. It's going to be me. That's it, plain and simple. So that's why I said, I'm going to have to learn. And I learned fast. And so I kept on it, kept trying to get better. And I'm like, man, I want to make this look better. It wasn't halfway through until, I want to say, the second book. I'm like, I can make these look a little bit better if I tweak this up a little bit here and there. And then on the third book, I just felt like I hit a home run. That's where I was just like, wow, I got a new technique, new style, new add-ons and stuff. So I just kept going with it. I'm learning about how to draw different types of cool textures and stuff like that and put that stuff into it. Really get in good with different types of shading and whatnot. It's just countless nonstop hours of nonstop drawing.
The learning curve.
It was. It was extreme.
Well, that's what's so awesome. I mean, you guys are truly sacrificing and going into realms of things that aren't comfortable for you. Which I'm a firm believer. You put yourself in a situation that's uncomfortable for you. That's where the most potential is, and that's what I'm really enjoying with Exolic is I'm seeing the progression. I'm seeing where you guys started. This big, huge, awesome universe of characters and just how they're coming together. I mean, again, I really love the power couple that came about. I just in number 3, it was so awesome. So just a little bit of comedy in there that's just so cool. I was just like, oh yeah, that's like me.
I love the comedy, man. Yeah, comedy is like one of our love to go tos type things that we gotta just throw in there at all times. It's just I can't stress out enough of one of the best comedy characters we have who does these advertisements for the guys, just to let you know, and that's Buck. Our commercial break guy there who just literally was based off of him over here, 100%.
Is that off of you, Daryl?
Yeah, it was 100% him. If you let this guy go off the rocker and try to sell you something, it's hilarious. And I'm like, we used to go on these walks and talk about how we want to build the story and stuff like this. And we would do this nonstop every day. And we were just goofing off and talking about selling something. And then he just bust out this character style who's known as Buck today. And that's literally where it came from.
I love his outfits.
Yes. The plaid that the lines always point down.
Yes.
It's a holographic suit.
Literally, it is. It's cheaply made, but it works for him. So it's always the same. It's never going to be any different.
The first thing I thought of when I saw that character was that at some point in life, at some time, some poor tattoo artist is going to be sitting there just trying to feed his kids, and someone's going to walk in and say they want a tattoo of that character, and that the plaid has to be perfectly straight. And
I swear, if that ever happens, I hope to meet that person, sign an autograph. I don't care. Give them a free comic book. That person deserves it.
Yep.
Holy crap, that's awesome. That would be great, though.
It's coming. I mean, eventually it will happen.
Buck reminds me of a TV show host.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. Old 70s style TV show host.
Price is Right.
Come on down. Yeah, wait until you guys get into Buck Sales and Adventure series that we want to come up with for that character. It's just gonna be great.
That's gonna be awesome.
He's got enemies and everything like that who's what was it?
Mr. Flip.
Yeah, Mr. Flip. The guy flips every price that he can and stuff like that. It's just hilarious.
No questions asked.
No, yeah, Mr. No Questions Asked. That's the way it is. That's how I'm selling it. It's no questions asked. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Joe Frazier via Facebook says that is absolutely awesome and inspiring, Jamie. I got to say, and I believe he was actually referring to the self-taught method on the art for the book. So, very
I
cool.
believe if honestly, I'll go on top of that right there. I believe if you put the work and have the passion, you can do anything you want to.
Mhm.
And I believe in any person out there in the world can do something like that. So kudos to you. If you whatever your dreams are, I hope you got it, man. Just if it's stars.
So, aside from, go ahead, Daryl. Go ahead.
The funny thing about the self-taught stuff,
Mhm.
me and him both started out using like programs like AutoCAD,
Oh yeah.
doing the stupid graphic designs that we had to do for high school. And they told us that's all this is for. And then we started building characters in that 3D modeler.
In the Gore Gothic handbook, if you check that out, I threw a nudge down back to that one. It's in the back of the book. It's one of the arts that you'll get to see. That throws back to one of our first original arts that we were able to keep in the archives back in the day. But yeah, that's literally what that is. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's really boxy looking and very.
Yeah, I felt like it should have been.
It was from AutoCAD back in 1998.
I look back at them just like this.
You know,
I could do so much better.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So is it all? Are you guys just all self-taught, or is there any formal training that you guys have invested in since you've been started? I know you've been doing it a long time, so
I gotta really think about that.
there is no formal
I don't
training.
think there is any formal training we ever once had. Yeah,
Our
literally just,
teachers even left us alone.
yeah, our teachers just said, "I don't care, and just let them be." Hey, there it is, right there.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome. But it's yeah, like I mean, I guess the self-taught thing was just pretty much us learning as we go, and just build upon that, just make ourselves better. That's pretty much it. It's literally just like I said, you got to have the drive if you want to do it, and that pure passion. I never wanted to give up. That's why I got this tattoo on my arm, TCT Comics.
Oh, right on.
Yeah, so
Right under Deadpool, I see.
hey, I like Deadpool. He's my favorite Marvel.
Hey,
So
just so you know, Deadpool is one of my favorite characters of all time. But way, way, way back in the day when I was getting into this with Matt, I referenced.
To be clear, this was
Deadpool.
4 years ago, not way back
this
in the
was
day.
7 years ago.
Let's keep things honest.
Seven. But it was I called him Deathpool, and Matt was talking to somebody else who knew comics. I'm like, yeah, my favorite character is Deadpool, and they both look at me like, you just meshed DC and Marvel, bro. I'm like, oh, sorry.
That's okay. It wasn't the first time. It won't be the last.
It won't be.
it's okay. It's all right.
There's always got to be a collision somewhere, right?
Yep. There's an entry
So-
point for every person in this industry.
Speaking,
We'll talk to them about the hot dog.
Well, we'll leave the hot dog out of this one right now.
Your microphone picks up just about everything going on in that room.
Yeah,
So
dude,
now
I
we
can
got to
hear
hear about the
hot
hot
dog.
dog.
The hot dog for later, man.
so, okay,
It's too late.
I'll just-
We got to hear about the hot dog.
All right, damn hot dog. All right, so go ahead, Daryl.
This is one of our creative spats, all right? And this is just to get an idea of our process. I was sitting in my chair listening to Star Trek Next Generation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was listening to the open intro, and all of a sudden I'm hearing this space, the final frontier, the voyages of, and then all of a sudden my head popped. It just popped in my head. A hot dog in space.
Yes.
Yeah.
We plan on putting this damn hot dog in like every background scene in space if possible.
Oh, that is
that's
so
literally called-
cool.
It's literally gonna float around the orbit of like total velocity for a really long period of
Such a
time.
cool Easter egg. That is such a cool Easter egg.
Now I'm going to have to add a hot dog somewhere.
But the hot dog has a whole backstory too.
It does.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a big ass backstory for it.
I'm a little
Oh,
interested.
Yeah, well, we're gonna do a whole bunch of different comics we're hoping to get out,
Yeah.
like the Galactic Grand Prix,
Yep. Big racing event all around like
the universe,
basically.
whether it be on the ground or in the air or in space.
It's funny because Z-Hill has to enter this thing because Dietrich's is the chief of police and at this time and oh damn, spoiler alert. Shit.
Yeah.
Hey, dude.
My bad. Yeah, right.
You're the only person on the face of the planet that gets away with doing it, though. So you might as well kind of take advantage of that a little bit.
Well, it's out there in the bag. So anyway, Z-Hill is forced to do a Grand Prix, and he's not allowed to fly in plank time speed. Now, if you know what plank time speed is, it's you can't even think faster than that, and that's how fast Z-Hill can fly, which is just ridiculously fast. It's how fast the gods can move.
Can fly at plank time speed, am I not?
Yes.
Right.
All Daleks except for now Zella, Zario, and Gaiadeath, they can't fly. Well, Zella can fly, but she's scared of heights, which is hilarious. And then Zario and Gaiadeath just don't figure it out, and they just crash into the ground or just smash through something, and just like they end up like destroying themselves instead, or flying somewhere they don't even know where the hell they are. And so they're just basically stuck in outer space. Like, how do I get out of here? And yeah, so they don't fly. They're not allowed to fly anymore. That's basically what happens. That's why you never really see them. Z-Hill is basically the main flying guy. But you know, it's just he ends up not being able to fly and told like, yeah, you can't cheat, man. You can't just jump out of the ship and just start flying across, you know, the whole, you know, racetrack. That's cheating, man. You got to drive. So he's like, oh, that sucks. It's like, I don't really want to do this. But yeah, there's a whole big plot to the whole story that I don't want to spoil and just kind of keep it going. So
it's
Amy Fraser mentions that she's going to be putting the hot dog into the next Spaceman Bob painting.
Oh,
I love that.
Do it.
That's
Did you guys? Speaking of hot dogs, did you guys catch the cow yet?
Did we catch the cow?
So.
Yeah, there's a cow in. I want to say what? Almost every book I have. Just.
Oh no! Now you're telling me that there's Easter eggs in here, and I've been missing it.
Yeah,
oh, this is not like me.
Where you on? Go to book 4. I'll show you where exactly.
He's on 5 right now.
I don't think the cow's in
book 3.
I don't think the cow's in book 5.
No, he isn't in book 5.
No.
He's in 4. He's in 3, 2. He ain't in 1.
No, he's not in 1. Couldn't put the cow in 1.
I'm trying to think. I did not. Maybe I did see a cow. Is it a background?
He's in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so cow is confirmed.
Oh my gosh, Moo!
I don't know how I missed that, man. I completely missed it.
What book are you in, Fry?
Keep going.
4?
This one's 4,
Yep.
yeah.
I think
Okay. I haven't got there yet, so now I'm going to be on the lookout.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
We've
I
got
can put him
cow
out.
sighting confirmed.
I'm going to have to
Ta-da!
go 1 or 2.
There's the cow right there.
Yep.
Now I'm gonna have to put a cow Easter egg somewhere in Crypto Comics just to have.
Oh yeah.
That's
dude.
that's our nudge to Doug there. Thank you, Doug. That's the creator of Earthworm Jim. Cow launch.
Nice.
Earthworm Jim?
Yeah.
Right on. He's in. Wait, is he in? No, we have.
He follows us on Facebook, so we follow him back.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's a great guy. But the cow has a big backstory too, so it's a huge one. You're gonna find that out. And
or
no, that'll be another novel. It'll be The Godly Generals, which I'm gonna try turning into more of a graphic novel. So it's the kind of goal. I'm gonna draw a bunch of cool art for it and stuff like that.
If you're not paying attention, you can miss every piece of information and not even know it.
Yeah, there's a lot of Easter eggs in these things that like nudges towards a lot of things. I mean, the book that you're looking at right now, the book you're looking at now, you're going to see like a lot of stuff that bases towards like the handbook right there, that page right there. It's literally a bunch of stuff from all the novels, literally pretty much every one of them. It's all into that book.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, I compile a lot of stories and kind of form them together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, see,
Yeah.
and it's good. It's good for people to understand that these Easter eggs are there. You know, I know that the whole idea is you're supposed to run into an Easter egg, but I mean, come on, honestly, how many of us get to run into the Easter egg? But once we know there's an Easter egg, we're looking for it.
It's true.
Exactly.
That's why the creators got to tell you these things, right?
Yeah, they got to give you a little bit of heads up. That's my own personal opinion. I do have a question though. Going back, you were speaking of drive. What motivates you guys to really drive like you do? Because you guys are drivers. I mean, you guys are pushing this, which is fantastic. What motivates you guys?
Fans.
Yep.
Fans really drive us. It literally them. Like the first day, I'm shooting back in '95 right now. First day I started trying to make a comic book just to get a PlayStation 1 back in the day, and that's why I got the tattoo here. PS1 PlayStation tattoo. Literally, there's a reason behind that. Is I learned the hard way. Growing up, you got to work really hard to earn what you want, and that's why I made the comic books. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start working hard and doing stuff around and help people out and make money and make my own comic books. And I made my own little comic books. They're like, you got a cool story here. You should really go with it. Keep going with that stuff. So I kept going, and people liked it. And I liked that. I like that feeling where it's like, wow, people really dug into what we did. And I'm like, I want to keep going. I don't want to stop. I ain't going to stop. And then I run into this guy here, and he's like, and we just kind of collaborate. It's like, did we just become best friends? It's like, yep. Yeah, watch it.
That's awesome.
It was funny because you'd never expect me and him to even look at each other in high school, but I seen him drawing at the lunch table.
Yeah.
And I looked at it and I'm like, that's really good. But check this out. Maybe you can figure out something from one of these. And he starts looking through my drawings and he's like, dude, what the hell?
Yeah. We still have some of that stuff, that old school stuff that we used to have in back in the day. That's pretty much what kicked off the DT series originally. So it's like that's where it started. Back in 2002 or something.
Yep, 2000. Yeah, 2002. I officially joined. 2001 is when me and you started talking about it.
Yep. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
And later on, we got Chad, who does the Hellbound series novels, and I do all the art for that too. Also, we have Steve, who actually does Baz's Twisted Mind series, which is a great horror novel that if anybody out there likes those types of novels, check them out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What was the name of that again?
Baz's Twisted Mind.
Baz's Twisted Mind.
So you guys, are you going to be putting those up in Crypto Comics or?
They're they kind of got their own thing going for themselves, but they run under the Core Team Comics name.
Yeah, that's not
so
a problem. I was just going to get to if you've got a URL or anything like that where we can share it out to people. That way, if anybody's watching the video
check
or
it out
anybody
at
does watch it.
TCTcomics.com. It's that easy.
Yeah.
It's better than an old website.
Now, other than TCTcomics.com, what other places can people find your guys' work? I mean, where else are you guys besides Crypto Comics Marketplace, and we're the best we know? Yay! But where else can people find your work and support you guys?
Amazon, Barnes and Noble. I mean, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. Yep. I mean, we're live streaming on Instagram right now.
Yep.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah,
it's pretty awesome. But yeah, our website is pretty much the one that kind of molds it all together and stuff like that. Yeah, usually you'd find us at like Nickel City Con or something like that as well. Stuff like that. You usually find us. Yeah, that's pretty much every platform. We have Twitter too, right? Yeah, YouTube channel that we really don't run too much, but we need to get back on that. So yeah, once we get more time and are able to.
COVID knocked us out, knocked a lot of people out, but we kept doing exactly what we could do.
Yep. But
that is,
like,
yeah,
fight
and that's where it's at. We just got to maintain. We got to maintain. I mean, that you guys are inspirational. Just so you know, you guys are inspirational in the fact that you guys are so motivated. You're pushing forward regardless of the situation of the world. You're bringing a great story with tons of potential. I mean, to really explode. It's so awesome to see. It's so awesome to see. And just so you know, we are so honored to be able to allow you guys to publish. And once we get to the live transaction, you guys are able to put these comics on the blockchain, and people are going to be able to own those digital copies. It's going to be so incredible. You know,
yeah,
really,
it's definitely going to be amazing. I think you guys got it right there. You're going to just hit a home run with that one.
Hats off to you guys. You made a wonderful site for us to operate with.
Yeah, you guys, but everybody behind the scenes, shout out to you guys. Thank you.
Exactly.
thank you guys. I mean, to hear that, it means so much to me and Fry and Joe and the team. I mean, we have a really big team. Matt, Lindsay, Dwight, you know, there's a lot of people on this team. And to hear that from you guys just means a tremendous amount to us, because we really do want creators and fans and publishers and comic book stores to be able to participate in the marketplace. And we know that it's through you guys that we're going to be able to deliver what is needed for the industry. I mean,
I completely
like
agree. Yeah.
Well, you guys know, you know what you want. Your fans know what they want. And when people don't listen to the creators and they don't listen to the fans, they're corporate America. See you later, boys. See you later. We don't want no part of that.
To be honest with you, we were waiting for something like this opportunity to make our exclusive comics.
Yeah, so I feel like we could, you know, we're literally like with you guys, we've been taking a lot of our stuff like that we normally make and then kind of twisting it and making it different. With crypto comics, like, you know, I feel like I could take my novels and literally throw like some really cool color drawings into it instead of like, oh, I have to do a black and white one, print that out, you know, sell it. But it's just like, you know, that makes the world different. Audio with you guys, it's amazing. Just I think that's so cool. I mean, that defeats, you know, us going on YouTube and just like, oh, well, we got to give everything away for free because, you know, we're not going to make any money doing voice acting for this. So it sucks. I'm not trying to be a stickler and say, yeah, we need to make money, but it's just the fact that like
it helps us
does help
do more.
Yeah.
I just want to stop you there. Yes, you do need to make money because that's how it works. And you know, the idea that you don't need to make money is kind of the problem with the industry as it is right now. You know, it takes money to make money.
It's true.
And it takes money to put out these works. I mean, you guys have done this, and you've probably done this on a lean startup budget. You know, you're doing the drawings yourself. You're doing all the architecting yourself and things like that, editing yourself, stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is time is money. Time from your family is the most valuable money on the planet. So you guys are giving up money to make this happen. It is only fair that is reciprocated and you guys can make money doing what you love. I mean, that's what this world needs to come to, is people need to be able to do what they love and make money at it. And this industry in particular, from what I've learned over the last years of being involved in it, is it doesn't provide those opportunities. And so the content that we're getting is the blood, sweat, and tears of people like you. So again, our hats are off to you guys. Thank you so much for everything that you do. So much for bringing this awesome, amazing content to us and allowing us to read it, especially right now since we're still in beta. Every creator that is a part of this is sacrificing so that we can make something great. And I just want to, again, extend our thanks. You guys are so freaking awesome. You guys are awesome.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
You guys are amazing.
Is there any particular work or creators that have inspired you guys?
Yeah, I could say like when I first started, two people literally, Bruce Lee, he was a big inspiration to me, literally, and Stanley. Literally both guys.
The lead
And
brothers.
yeah,
Mhm.
literally, I respect those guys. Those guys gave me the inspiration to want to do what I want to do. Stanley, due to the fact that he's one man who made his own universe, I can make mine. You know, I was personally gave me the inspiration of never giving up, doing whatever it takes to keep going, pushing forward, push your mind, body to the limit, go beyond your limitations. So yeah,
Cool.
those are my inspirations.
Daryl?
Yeah, Stanley, most definitely. I mean, just starting out and looking at the progression of each thing through Marvel, you've seen how he grew with it as well. I mean, it was a wonderful thing for comics and that. DC, I never related to any of the heroes. I honestly like all the villains in DC.
Who's
Yeah,
your favorite villain? Who's your favorite villain?
Bane.
Oh,
Bane.
good choice.
Yeah, Bane.
Bane is
Mhm.
cool. Bane is
Yeah.
cool.
He was sophisticated, yet he was brutish.
Yeah, yeah. Very. Very.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's actually an excellent one.
Under
So-
him would have to be Dr. Freeze.
Dr. Freeze?
hmm
The old Arnold Schwarzenegger Dr. Freeze?
I liked how he did that, but no.
Chew.
Yeah.
I think we can all agree that we probably just shouldn't bring up the Bat Nipple movie while we're on this stream.
Yes.
Everyone was
No.
thinking it. Everyone was thinking it. Okay.
Yeah.
I might be the guy that says it out loud, but everyone was thinking it.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you. You know?
Right out of our mouths.
I promise
just-
you guys that there will never be bat nipples in the core team comics. I promise you.
What?
Yeah.
None?
I can't do none.
None.
Sorry, man.
I'm a little.
It's okay. There's cow udders. There's cow udders.
Well, that's all right. That's all right. So, what advice could you give to anybody who's thinking about joining the comic book industry, who's right there on the edge of possibly making a comic? You know, I mean, what would be the advice that you guys would give them through your experience that you guys have had since 1995? And
I could definitely
2000?
say never give up in your dreams. You know, if you got a passion for it, go full force on that. Literally, just don't stop doing what you're doing. Just keep going.
Not, yeah. Not only that, but you're going to hear a lot of negative.
Mhm.
Like, there's a lot of old school people out there. What are you doing drawing for? You're never going to make a living doing this. Pick up a hammer.
And just think about it. Somebody got paid to do Bat Nipples.
Yeah, you know.
It's true. That's true.
Someone got a paycheck for that.
Yeah, somebody did.
So,
Yeah,
I mean,
kudos to that guy, I guess.
right?
Hey, he made a crap ton of money.
Way to make a hustle. Way to make a hustle.
You know.
Bat nipples.
Bat nipples. Hustle the bat nipples. I'm just.
Smart out of this, Jed.
So batty. So batty. I'm starting to think of, like, you know, Fern Gully, and all these bat-related images are popping into my head. I still haven't seen bat nipples. I don't know.
You're not missing on anything.
It's
Oh,
not
good.
even on a real animal do you see them.
Thinking.
Special. Thank you, DC
So-
Comics.
So Galaxy Quest, never give up, never surrender, and that's your guys' motto, which is
Yeah.
really fantastic. You know what? As we're winding down this interview, what do you guys? Is there anything you guys really want to add to or get out there that would help people understand and resonate with you guys and understand your stories and kind of where you guys are going, or what your future goals are for TCT Comics, the core team, and the awesome S series?
All right, that's pretty simple. Literally is the word core as it all of it, right? So that's pretty much my goal. I want to do it all, do everything I want to make the comic books. I want to make movies. I want to make anime. I want to make video games, music, you name it. I'm going to do everything. That's the goal for this company, to hit every aspect of every corner possible. I don't care if there's a freaking car that's got Z-Hill's face on it or Dietrich's face on it. Might happen one day. You never know. Maybe a Matchbox car. Who knows? But still, the point is yeah, we're out here to conquer the universe, not just the world. We're out here to conquer the universe. We're here to literally make a difference. We're the alternative of your other comic book companies. We're not literally the ones that are just going to sit there and do what they want to do. We're out here to also listen to the fans, give them what they want, push forward, and just, literally take that drive and hit that hammer real hard down and just give everybody what they need and want and love. And I'm doing it my way, literally. Yeah, it's rated M for mature. There's blood, gore, violence, swearing galore. That's what the fans want. That's what the fans ask for. That's what they're getting. And I'm going to keep doing that until they just beg me to stop. All of them, they have to. Literally, I'm going to do this until probably I'm an old man and I'm dead or something like that. And somebody else is going to pick up the mantle, and hopefully they're going to do it. And I don't care. As long as this dream never dies, it's just going to keep going. So that's basically what I believe in.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Daryl?
Yeah, I mean, he hit the nail right on the head with that. I mean, we have a universe.
It's a big one.
It's got so many possibilities for new characters and new storylines and offsprays and offshoots and music, culture, theology, the whole 9 yards. We plan on making a handbook for each species that we have in the comic books.
Oh,
that's cool.
That's like, we literally have over 600 different species that we've made. That's not even presented yet, not even seen yet. But yeah, and that's just universe 1.
And those are the ones that can actually have an intellectual conversation with you.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
You see the other ones. Yeah.
Could you imagine what they eat?
Right?
No, man.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
That's cool,
it's a
man.
lot of work, but like we really get scientific on that. If you read the handbook.
I was noticing that in the Zolak handbook. You guys were really digging into the details of every aspect of the Zolak body and the functions within the body, which were really, really cool.
There's reasons behind that, because literally, like, when you got people out there like asking questions like, oh, some weird character are you seeing? You don't know jack about them, and you got all these questions that are always being asked on blogs and stuff like that. There's your answers. Read the handbook. Originally, it was just to be a joke, but then it just got too serious. And that's where the story came into. I was gonna make this thing like about that big, and just like put a couple words into it and say, yeah, this is what a Zolak is. This is what they can do. Blah blah blah. Nothing too crazy, but
And then it fed into a 100+ page book.
Yeah,
right.
just
118.
And I want. Yeah, and that's where I was like, you know what? Instead of I'm just gonna put the whole backstory into this one, and that's why I decided, you know what? Every handbook's gonna have the original backstory to where those main characters belong and started to, and growth from, and that's literally what happened there.
Just to hit on that, I really liked that. I liked as I was going through the handbook, I was learning about the Zolaks and what makes them so special and unique and things like that. And then all of a sudden you go into this storyline where things are starting to develop, and it really was really awesome. It really set the stage well. It really set the stage well to come into the first issue. I really dug that.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Thank you for putting the handbook in the marketplace. Because I'll be honest, when I was first reading the first issue, things weren't connecting completely because I didn't fully understand how the Zolak was working. Like, because you have these two brothers and they have powers, and those powers are being used, but you don't understand kind of how they're able to use them and stuff like that. And then all of a sudden you read the handbook and boom, it's all there. You're like, oh, I see it now.
Yeah,
there's a
and
lot
that's
of
literally
useful information.
that's literally like how like the Zolak handbook, the Gorgothic handbook, soon the Oranzop handbook, the Nexus handbook, literally Daughter of a Witch, the Godly Generals, all that leads to that filter that goes into that very first book, and you realize like, oh, how did Z-Hill's ship crash? Why did it crash? Who blasted it down? Literally, you find that out in the novels later on, which you'll see in Godly Generals and Daughter of a Witch. You'll see like how that literally happened, how it came to play, why it came to play.
And that's where they lost their memory, right? When they start out and they're not sure who they are.
They lost, yeah, like literally, like, okay, so like Justice, for instance, in Zolok Handbook, literally, you obviously know he doesn't like the Zoloks, right? He can't stand them. Yeah, he's like, yeah, like they're powerful beings, and he's feared. He's got a lot of fear in that, and he's just like, yeah, I want to find a way to take him out. Well, on Planet X, there's these crystals. There's these really powerful crystals, and he's growing constantly, and he's using a lot of his own life force energy to make them. And literally, that's one of the things that can stop a Zolok, like dead in their tracks, pretty much. But he doesn't perfect the techniques of those crystals. The other god, Psychosis, does. And you'll find that out later on, how he figures that out. But Justice finds out another way, literally, to take their essence of their soul and put it onto whatever planet that they're on, and they're stuck as that creature until they can reach whatever is still separately a part of them, which would be that's the X-Blade.
Mortal,
yeah, that's how he becomes immortal. Literally, is Z-Hill and Vorix, they'll live on planet Earth forever until they can find their X-Blade and the V-Blade, so they can get their powers back and get their bodies back. Z-Hill's memories are more hazier than Vorix's because Z-Hill used the power himself to use that crystal, because he felt like at that point in time there was no choice. He felt like Vorix is going to kill everybody. Mm-hmm. He's going to destroy everybody because Vorix became way too powerful.
Vorix is awesome.
He's crazy. That's my brother.
he's so just like, whatever. Can I kill him?
Literally. That's his attitude. But like Vorix, the thing is about him, and the thing is about all Zoloks, they have a warrior instinct way where they want an honorable fight and a good fight. They're not just going to be like, I'm just going to kill this guy. It's too easy. But if like they know who that person is, like Vorix does, he's like, he knows how powerful Z-Hill can become. He wants a full-fledged royalty battle, a real fight to the death, something to really kill them. And, planetary destruction style battle, that's what they want within each other.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. That's going to be so cool. Yeah.
It will be.
There's a lot of things, everybody. When you start reading the Zolok series, you're going to understand that there is a lot of things going on, a lot of ins and outs, a lot of details. It's really a well orchestrated story, universe, characters. I'm really digging the characters. Zella coming into the picture was really super cool. I loved how that introduction happened and how the power couple started at the end of book 3. And you guys know which power couple I'm talking about. Not the boy and girl, the 2 killers, but just a total awesome. Like I really, really, really am digging it. I'm so digging it. And I think we're at the top of the hour. Let me check. Mm-hmm. We are at the top of the hour. We did get a late start, so I apologize. Thank you, TCT Comics, for having this interview with us. Thank you for being a part of the Crypto Comics marketplace. Again, please plug everywhere that people can find you.
Yeah, absolutely. We will share this like crazy. Be all over the place, man.
We mean in the video. Go ahead and tell everybody in the video where they can find you.
Yeah. I want you to put your guys' stuff. Man.
No worries,
want people to be able to find your stuff wherever they can get it, wherever they can support you. That's what's more important to us.
Yep.
Well, you guys can find us at tctcomics.com and all social media platforms that entitled TCT Comics. Check us out there on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
Awesome. And I encourage everyone to please check out TCT Comics. Check out this series. These guys are awesome. They're working hard at giving us some great content, great stories. It's really, really fun. It is a mature content, so make sure you're not letting your kids watch it.
Enjoy it.
Unless you're cool with that. But But thank you guys so much. I really greatly appreciate this time to be able to talk to you. Thank you so much for the awesome comics that I've been able to enjoy. I look forward to finishing them. Of course, you guys have already seen my reviews have already started. Whenever I start reading a series, I always try to review it right after I read the book, so it's fresh in my mind of what's all happening, because each book is in its own way something that needs to be reviewed, if you understand where I'm coming from there, which is really important to me. So again, thank you guys so much. Fry, do you have anything to add?
Just that the sign up widget is live right now on their user profile page.
So let me
Hey.
let me just address this for TCT Comics real fast. TCT Comics has the ability to invite their friends, families, and fans into the marketplace right now. If you go to cryptocomics.com/U/TCT Comics, you will actually be able to sign up and get into the marketplace, and through an invite given by TCT Comics. And just so everybody is fully aware, 100% transparency, this is an invite only marketplace. The only way you're getting in is through an invite. And so please, if you're out there, if you haven't joined the marketplace, sign up under TCT Comics, sign up through them. Come join this marketplace. Right now, all comics are being offered free so that people can read while they're stuck in their houses and things like that. While we're in beta, this is testing. This is all helping us get this marketplace better and better and better. The reader, the uploader, just all the different facets. So yes, TCT Comics, cryptocomics.com/U/TCT Comics. Sign up with them. Come join a marketplace where we are going to have a lot of fun revolutionizing the comic book industry.
Hell yeah, I agree.
You can go buy yourself a TCT Comics babies onesie, because I saw that in the
Yeah.
pro shop.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah,
Get one of these.
Dude, I
Yeah,
like that
absolutely.
one. I like that one. I like that
Like
one.
Zio? Yeah, you like Zio?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a fan.
Yeah. Of course. He reminds me of me.
I mean, this could be the shirt that Jared wears on our next stream.
Dude, I want a Zolic kilt. Utility kilt.
Utility kilt?
Yeah.
I wonder if we can do that. I wonder if we can do that. I don't know. I'll have to ask those guys. See what they can do.
There's some really cool stuff in here, man. Hoodies, everything. That's cool. Really cool.
We got a lot of stuff. More coming soon. Don't you worry.
Yep.
Yeah. So check out their merchandise. Support TCT Comics. These guys are driving hard, making it happen. They're the reason we are here today, because they rock.
Yep.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. And this is Master JC here, otherwise known. And core fans, come check us out and take care. Love you guys all.